your ship is flying. So in a case of, say, we put out a ping saying so and so is under attack, we need help at X location. There are some steps you can take to ahead of time before those calls go out to kind of set yourself up for success when it comes to getting there quickly, getting there efficiently. And some of those things are generally do your best to uh like have your a spawn or something in Stanton. Or if you're gonna set it in Pyro, maybe make your home at least in Stanton. So say for example, you're in Pyro and a call goes out and we're all in Stanton and we need your help. Chances are you can probably strip your entire armor set, leave it at that station you're at in Pyro, go and reset your spawn location, go to Pyro, or I'm sorry, not Pyro, backspace from Pyro, teleport to Stanton, so you skip all that travel time, and you wake up at your home hangar. Call it Orison or Microtech or wherever. Even if it's Microtech, which is still pretty far away, that is still significantly faster than physically flying from wherever you are in Pyro through the jump gate to wherever it is we need help. Some other things you can do to speed up the time. Say you do backspace to your home hangar and you don't want to deal with the time it takes to go from when you click backspace, you wake up in the med bay, then you got to take all the trams and stuff to your hangar, then you get into your ship, blah, blah, blah. In most cases, it is faster for you to backspace, get up out of bed, exit to menu, go back into the game, and you'll wake up immediately in your hangar. In most cases, that is faster by usually like 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the speed of your PC. So that can be two really, really quick things that you can do to cut down on that travel time, because travel time is such a pain in Star Citizen. But some other small things you can do are, for example, we do a lot of our fighting in Crusader. So if you want to be PvP ready at all times, generally speaking, I recommend you set a spawn in either Grimhex, Seraphim, Crew L1, or Orison. Orison's probably the least ideal unless it's your home location. That will make you as PvP ready as possible. Very rarely do pings go out when we are somewhere other than Crusader. So being readily available in that location is easy. So you can still set your spawn at Seraphim, fly to Pyro, go do what you need to do in Pyro, and then just backspace and take the portal Seraphim. So sometimes you'll hear some of us say like, oh, I'm fast traveling. That's usually what it means, is we are fast traveling from wherever we are to Seraphim because it is just significantly faster. So are there any questions on any of that part so far?
Nope.
Cool. It is crazy how much of a difference, like, players who can learn how to travel the verse super, super quickly have such an advantage over players who don't, because it is just that much faster that your backup is arriving and the enemies is not. So it is just, it's incredibly valuable. Be intentional about it too. Like, as you're learning, kind of trying to develop these new habits, it can be a pain to like shake up the way you log off or the way you set your spawn or whatever. But if you're intentional about it, it will come and it will absolutely be a game changer for you. Stream, thank you guys. I see you guys in chat. I'll be doing a lot of talking with the guys in voice chat, so I might not be super chatty with stream, but I am seeing your guys' messages, and thank you guys for being here. And chat, if you have any messages about what I'm talking about either, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer any questions. Okay, so we've got a few people here. Who do we got? We got Socrates, and was it Algos I saw? Yep.
Yep.
Oh, and Harley Doyle, nice.
I'm gonna ghost him.
No worries, Knack. Oh, what's up, Griff? Good to see you. Okay. While we're waiting for other people to arrive, for the guys who are here, your task is simple. For now, at least. It is
Survive.
Go into your ship configuration tab and make sure you have yourself in decoupled mode. So it should say enable couple mode. You want to make sure that's disabled. You can also do, what is it, Control C?
I think it's just C.
Is it just C? Yes, you're right.
I think Control C is like cruise control, I think. No, that's Alt C, never mind.
Yeah, so just the letter C is your coupled mode, decoupled mode.
I see that. Okay.
So learning how to fly, and I recommend you always fly decoupled in every single instance. Especially while you're learning. Until you have a really, really comfortable feel with flying decoupled, you really should not fly in coupled again. It'll start to mess up with your brain. It'll mess up with the way you fight people. Learn to fly decoupled, and fighting just immediately becomes easier for you. Because the reason for that, and for those who don't know what coupled mode is it's basically the ship, like, fighting you in the middle of a fight. So decoupled means that if I fly and I start pressing W, my ship is going to keep moving forward at whatever speed I was going when I let go of W. And I'm talking from a keyboard perspective. So it's going to keep your momentum in whatever direction you're traveling. So if I press spacebar and start traveling up, well, now I'm flying forward and up because I haven't changed my forward momentum at all. I've only just increased my upwards momentum. So now I'm traveling forward and up. So it's like an upward diagonal. And so this only changes when you are intentional about changing the inputs. The only thing I think that's not true for is rolling. Rolling does not act that way for whatever reason. I don't know why. So make sure you're decoupled. And your next task.
Holy fuck.
Let me make sure I'm stopped here. Okay. So all four of you, I want you guys to, while in decoupled, I want you to do your best to get as close to me as you can and do it and just start rotating around me in circles. And hopefully you guys don't crash into each other. And what I'm gonna do is just gently fly forward at 100 meters a second. And your job is to not just rotate around me, but also try to keep your nose on me. So I want everyone to target me with T. And you want to keep your pip, or your aiming reticle, on my pip while circling around me as close as you possibly can. And ideally as fast as you can too. And for those who are in an M80, you're going to start to feel the limitations of the M80 while trying to do this.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the M80.
Accused, how you doing? So the M80 is not tuned to do what we are doing, like this rotation method. The M80 is not really designed to do this effectively. It is like one of the worst performing ships in the fighter class when it comes to rotations.
Sorry, Daniel, I came a little bit late. Where you guys at?
Comare on Crusader.
And you guys are on the USA server?
Yes. Do you have me added, Zero? I don't know if you do.
I don't have any of you.
If you have not joined a server yet, can you add me from the main menu? Hopefully it works.
I hope I'm doing this right.
Same name as here.
I may just be looking like a fool.
It's fine, as long as you're getting the movement of rotation. And again, make sure that nose is staying on me and on my pip as much as you possibly can. So another advantage to doing what we're doing right now is the ability to... I'm going to speed up a little bit here. So now I'm traveling at 482 meters per second.
Order 66.
I'm now flying forward, perfectly forward, no other momentum. I can now completely flip myself around and look at you guys. So my nose is now facing all of you guys, but I'm traveling 480 meters per second in the direction you guys are all flying. So like right now, I could be shooting Bruce because he's 800 meters from me. I could be taking shots at him while actively flying away from him because my momentum hasn't changed at all. So I'm going to go into SCM mode here and slow down a little bit. Your job will be to catch me while flying like this and essentially intercept me. Come up next to me, start to match my speed, and then start rotating around me as fast as you possibly can. Alyssa, thank you for the follow. Here are you going, Asgard? What do you mean?
Oh, this ship can't turn!
Ooh.
Okay. So, some other things to be thinking about. Let's all come to a stop. Oh, I just heard something. Someone ram each other?
I'm a little red. I don't know who else is red with me.
Lost a gun. I don't got a gun no more.
Okay. So, let's see who's here with me.
Yeah, I'll send you a message on Spectrum.
Perfect. Let me look for that. Is it just me or is anyone else hearing him really low?
Yeah, he's pretty quiet.
Okay.
Oh, it's the voice now?
Yeah, your voice sounds really, really quiet for some reason.
Headphones with all this stuff. For some reason.
here. Okay, now what I want you guys to do is best you can buddy up with somebody. Doesn't matter who. I just sent you a friend request 0.
May have to go
better?
repair an engine. I ain't gonna lie. I have major torque imbalance.
Okay, you can go repair.
We're
if you
red
need to.
tapped. You're with me.
If you guys need to go repair, that's fine.
I think I'm all right.
Already
Anything
invited
better
sent
than not to
0.
bring?
Just a fighter of any kind. Doesn't matter.
Light, medium, heavy?
Doesn't matter.
Anything?
If you want to bring a light, if you have one, that's probably best. Just because we'll use you as an example of the difference between light and heavy fighters.
Use me an example of what not to do.
There is a very, very big difference between light and heavy fighters. So, generally speaking, for those who don't kind of watch the metas and whatnot for ships, the metas and ships change a lot. Generally speaking, light fighters have been the best ships in the game as far as combat goes for a very long time, as long as I can remember, years and years. And that's still mostly true to this day. There's some like weird exceptions, like the M80, for example, is kind of a weird exception that in certain cases against certain targets, the M80 can be really strong. Same with the Meteor. Like the Meteor against an Idris is incredibly strong. But like in general, like right now, I believe the Arrow with full shredder repeaters is like one of the best things you can get. So keep an eye out on that. So yeah,
You're saying get a shredder.
Shredder repeaters are
Yeah.
really strong right now. And yeah, so who do we still have here? Bruce, Harley, Mando. Okay, so Mando, you'll be with me, and then Algos and Doyle, you guys will be together. Am I missing anybody else here? No. What's up, gents? Welcome to the stream. So what you guys are going to do, Algos and Doyle, you guys are going to now try to rotate around each other as close as you can to each other. And Mando, you and I are going to try to do the same. So the big thing we're trying to show here is the progression of rotation and how strong rotation is in the game. Now keep in mind, a lot of us are in M80s. M80s are, like I said, some of the worst possible ships you can use for rotational fights. M80s are classified as interceptors, which means you're doing a lot of straight line flying. You're flying in, you're hitting hard, and then you're flying out, and then you're turning around and coming back. It ends up playing a lot more like a joust. In these kind of rotational things I'm showing is more like when you're flying Hornets or Arrows or not really Bucks, because those are more interceptors as well. But like your traditional fighter in Star Citizen, not an interceptor, that's where you're going to start to care about rotation and how you merge targets and how you stay with targets as well. So, Mando, we'll start rotating around each other. Again, make sure you're decoupled.
Yeah.
And your goal is to stay as close to your buddy as you can. And ideally...
Oh, this is hard.
Yep. It's definitely not going to be easy. And your goal... So, some things to be thinking about are you want to make sure you're using your boost effectively. Boosting at the right time can be really strong when it comes to getting your nose on target. And you want to get as close as you can, because in this game we have pretty heavy shot dispersion at range. So in a lot of scenarios, especially in the smaller ships, you really shouldn't be firing any shots past like 5, maybe 600 meters. Because at that point, you're gonna start hearing the sounds of like a shot hitting, but in reality, the number of shots that actually hit is going to be so small that you're doing virtually no damage. So you want to keep yourself within like 100 to 500 meters, because that's where you're going to do the most effective damage against your target.
This is so hard to do.
Yeah, and it's why like people do this for hours and hours and hours and hours every single week in Arena Commander, and they train to do this stuff really, really well in some of the best ships in the game.
So, what keys are you pressing when you're doing
for
this?
like a week straight?
So, as far as what keys I'm pressing, I'll be 100% honest, I don't think I'm an expert in the exact specific movements on this. Like, I still struggle in this department a little bit. I still practice this a lot because I'm not very good. Like, against like the best pilots in the world, I'm getting cooked every single time. I understand the principles. I am to your left.
Okay.
There you go.
Controlling W is kind of what you want to be pressing most of the time.
Control, so control is going down, space is going up. Generally speaking, you always want to be trying to go up and not going down. I think in every ship, but maybe one or two, you have more power at your disposal when you're going up as opposed to when you're going down. Like your vertical thrusters going up are significantly more powerful. So you want to try to position yourself that you're going nose up as much as you possibly can. Some other things to think about are like how you're boosting. I find that a lot if I'm trying to push into somebody, I will realize that I might be losing them, so I will boost while going up to swing my nose up on their pip much faster. Is that the best thing to do? I don't really know. Again, this is where I start to struggle a little bit, is in these really, really, really close circle fights.
Yeah, I'm terrible at this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so again, keep in mind, I don't think any of us are in anything but heavy fighters, so keep that in mind. This is going to be harder because these ships are not designed to do this. This is like, if you're in an Arrow, for example, an Arrow is a tremendous ship to learn on because it's one of the most maneuverable fighters in the game, and it's pretty fast, and it's just so nimble. So if you can learn to fly the Arrow, flying other things becomes much easier, because if you can control how agile the Arrow is, then everything else is like, oh wow, like this is a huge change, and you'll start to feel the difference between ships a lot more.
Nice little love tap, Algos.
Just a little. Just want to make sure you're awake.
So another thing to think about while you're doing this is, what do I need to do as a pilot to not only keep my nose on their pip, but keep my pip off of their nose? Because ideally, you don't want to be facing each other head on. Like, you want to be swinging behind them. The whole purpose of this rotational fight is to try to get an angle on them that they don't have on you. You don't want to be equally looking at each other the whole time, and that's why getting close is super, super important, because you need to be able to kind of swing and try to get behind them. Alright, Mando, we're gonna go fly back towards them. I want to watch them for a second, see how they're doing.
Yeah, I did poorly, but it's okay.
I'm honestly shocked I can keep up with Algo's ship.
Where are they?
We got a good orbit there.
Oh,
We
there
did.
they are.
Dude,
Harley
this
and
is all I
Algos?
did for like half a month in Arena Commander.
Some other...
With the target, probably. With the target, probably.
Yep, yeah, perfect. My stream keeps going down for some reason. I don't know why. So Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what why my stream keeps going down. So merging in Star Citizen, what that means 99% of the time is if you see me and I see you, but we're too far away from each other, how do we engage each other? Like, what does that process look like? For a lot of people, it means you fly past each other really, really, really fast, and then you realize, oh crap, I overshot him, and then you turn around and you realize he's doing the same thing, and now you turn around and you slowly start to enter into this really weird, awkward merge where both of you keep overshooting each other over and over again, and you can't really get consistent shots on. And so what that means is you're just wasting time and you're just not really doing a lot of damage to a player. Now again, this is an area that is very much an active work in progress for myself as well. I am no expert in how to do this properly. I've been getting better at it lately, but I still really struggle in some cases. Interceptors actually do really well at this to a degree, meaning that they can merge onto a target well, but they struggle to take the merge and go into a turn fight because they're not very flexible, and they can't turn very well. So you guys are going to stay there. I'm going to fly away from the four of you guys. Welcome back, Socrates.
I pulled out the Gladius for this because you said it would be easy to learn on.
Yep. Yep, Gladius is quite maneuverable. You will definitely be the most maneuverable ship here. Alright, so... we'll do this one at a time, actually. Algos, your job is we're going to be in SCM mode, and we're both going to basically charge each other. Basically simulating you and I have just spotted each other, and we're now pushing each other to engage. What you are going to try to do is figure out in what direction I'm moving and anticipate that, and then start moving that direction yourself. So in a lot of cases, a merge does not mean you're going full speed. Oftentimes it means you're slowing down and anticipating, I think he's going to go above me, I think he's going to go below me, I think he's going to my right. And say he's going to your right, that means you want to start moving right too. And in some cases, you kind of want to like watch his speed too. And this is where tracking the target is important. It's like right now, at full speed, I'm closing on Algos at 223 meters per second. And now as he's approaching me, I can see that that speed is increasing. And now we're closing at 400 meters per second, and now 600, and I'm guessing he's boosting towards me. So I can see where he's going, and I'm going to try to match that and start slowing down myself because I want to get shots on target. And there we go. Now he and I are 200 meters away from each other. We didn't overshoot each other, and in this scenario, we'd be shooting at each other right now. That actually went really well.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And then we would, in a lot of scenarios, especially if you're not an interceptor, you'll be blasting each other into a turn fight. So that went well. We'll do the same thing with somebody else. Socrates will grab you next. So you are going to fly at me full speed, and I'm going to fly at you. And your goal is to get as close to me as you can and maintain that distance from me and simulate basically getting shots on. So you want to be aiming at my pit for as long as you can. And try your absolute best not to overshoot me.
You guys have a group going? I just had to set my spawn real quick.
Yes. Beauty. Yep, I think the furthest we've gotten is 600 meters, which is well within firing range of each other. And so already, Socrates, I don't know if you can tell, you see how easy it is for you to swing around me, and I can't really keep my nose on you?
Yeah.
That is the beauty of the Gladius in an instance like this. Like, in a scenario where a Gladius is 1v1ing an M80 like this, this is the last thing I want to be doing, and it's all you want to be doing. It's a field day for you if I enter this merge and I enter into a turn fight with you. You will eat me alive, and I'll almost never get shots on you. So good. You did a good job there. Let's see. Who do we want to grab next? Doyle, you're up.
Alright.
Do you have eyes on me?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll start flying towards each other, and your goal is to not overshoot me. Your goal is to get as close to me as you can and not fly past me. That one, I think, was a little bit of both of us. I think I overshot you more than I should have, and I think you overshot me a little. It still wasn't horrible, though. We peaked at about 1.1 kilometers distance, which for the ships we're using isn't a huge problem. Both of us have ships that can hit at that range. It's just not ideal. So overall, it's still not a horrible merge, and we were able to recover from that merge fairly quickly and kind of close that gap and keep that gap. So overall, good. And last up, we will grab who have we not done? Was it you, Mando?
Prepare for disappointment, gentlemen.
So again, what you want to be doing is you want to be looking at my speed. Like the second you see me start to slow down, that's probably should be an indication for you that you should be slowing down too. And okay. So it's going to be like when, yeah, basically you're looking for me to slow down. Once I slow down, I like to sometimes zoom in too, like while they're kind of a distance away, and kind of get an idea of their direction. Like figure out, are they moving to my right? Are they moving above me? Because what you want to do is you basically want to point aggressively up or to the right in whatever direction you think they're going. So if I think you're going to fly above me, I'm going to point my nose well above you and start moving in that direction because it's going to be closer, more of an intercept point. Alright, I'm going to separate again because I was not paying attention. I didn't realize how close we got.
Gotcha.
We'll reset that and run it for real.
I didn't know if we were going.
Yeah, I was kind of just drifting. Alright. Alright, you can turn around, and then we will push each other.
Okay.
Alright, I am full speed pushing at you. Alright, so I can kind of see where you're going. I'm now slowing down and moving my nose aggressively up in your direction.
Yeah.
And there we go. We kept within 500 meters or so of each other. And we're now in a little bit of a fight. We drifted a little bit right there, but both of us are in M80, so I'm not super surprised. So it's that people who can learn the merge are instantly better than 99% of every pilot in Star Citizen. Most of your average pilots have no concept of merging and usually will overshoot you 90% of the time and waste a lot of their first shots, are already overheating their guns because they're still shooting even though they're flying past you. And it is a disaster.
Gotcha.
So, are you guys all watching my Twitch stream? If you're not, that's,
I can hop on.
If you're not, it's fine. I'll throw up my stream on Discord as well. So you just want to be watching one of them. Doesn't matter which one.
He's tricking us to get views.
Yeah, right? So I'll show you guys kind of, for if you haven't been watching, I'll show you kind of what I mean about aggressively anticipating the direction and moving your nose to kind of counteract that. So, Mando, actually, you and I will do this again. Don't worry. Okay. Don't worry about merging with me. You just want to start flying towards me, and I'll basically simulate a merge for you, just you. And then, but watch my stream while you're doing it. Like, don't worry about your controls.
All right.
And start
coming
going.
at you.
So I can see we're closing at 400 meters per second. I can see he's coming right at me, so I'm already going too fast. So I want to start anticipating and slow down, and I've gone too fast. So I'm now overcompensating and going above him.
Hello.
And we're right here with each other. Because you're seeing the direction that he's going, and you are moving yourself aggressively in front of where he is, so that you kind of meet him at that intercept point, essentially, and then you're within that range that you want, and then from there you're just playing the circle game. So we'll do it again. Algos, if you want to push at me, we'll do the same thing.
Sure.
Again, I can see he's flying pretty much straight. And here, that was a bad merge by me. I was way too slow on that. I should have been slowing down sooner, and I should have been turning into that more. And okay, cool. And then Socrates, do you have the Gladius, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I want you to do your absolute best to circle me as close as you possibly can, and the entire time I'm going to try to circle you, and I want everyone else to watch and see the difference in how easy it is for him to stay out of my field of, or my like sight, basically, how hard it is for me to keep my nose on him, and how easy it is for him to keep his nose on me. You see how my nose basically just cannot catch up to him?
Yeah.
Even with boosting, like right now I am boosting upwards, and I haven't even come close to getting my nose onto him. Right there at about 550 meters, I was able to make a move and finally get my nose on for about 1 second. So this is why your ship choice really, really, really matters. Because of his ship choice, if he picks a fight with me, assuming he has basic PvP knowledge, he will win this fight every single time. It is just too easy for him to stay out of my field of view in a ship like an M80. The only way I'm going to win this fight is if I do what's called pushing through, which you'll hear as a call out often, which means I'm basically actively disengaging from him, creating distance, and then turning around again. Because here I can get my nose on, and then I'm going to try to position myself better. So here I can see where he is. I'm getting shots on, firing. I've now lost the position. So I'm now pushing through again. Which means I'm pushing away. I want him to start chasing me. I'm 3 kilometers away. I'm getting that nose on. I can see what direction he's going because of the pip. I'm firing, and as soon as I'm going to lose this and he's going to beat me in that turn fight, I'm pushing through again. That is the only scenario that I even have the slightest chance in a ship like the M80, which is an interceptor. So, we'll pause there. A little question and answer time. Does anybody have any questions on any of these concepts at all? Dumb, whether you think it's dumb or not, Probably chances are it's not.
Nope. So like, if I die, I can blame you now.
Yes.
Be like, oh, man, oh, Gally taught me how to fly, guys. Sorry.
Yep. Yep. Blame it all on me.
It's really just difficulties with M80 for me. I really don't enjoy the ship.
Yeah, the M80 is not a great ship to do this kind of combat with. So the M80, the scenario where an M80 becomes really strong is...
We got some 12 kilometers out.
Got a little friend here.
Live training.
He's in a meteor.
This is real training.
Yeah, no, this is a real team. That looks like a mantis or something. Oh, and there's more.
There's more. There's two.
Oh, this is Shadow Moses.
Alright, it's time.
Well, get to practice it for real,
Oh,
folks.
you're doing it now,
alright. Welcome, Shadow Moses. So, practice those merging techniques, and they're going to do what's called team fighting. So they're going to target individuals as a team at the same time.
Me and Socrates are the Mantis.
So what you want to be doing is you want to be calling out targets.
I'm also on the Mantis.
They're going after me first, so I'm going to go down quick here. Yep, I'm already down.
I'm gonna go back Galley.
Yeah, my shield's down. I got soft. Damn.
So while you're fighting, you want to look at them because they're very good at team fighting. So you want to look at how they're focusing fire on the same guys.
I got torque balance, y'all. Got two behind me.
Hey, Galley, you want to do a live coaching session?
What do you mean?
If it'll stream.
What's that?
Shots on. It's a Buccaneer.
I tried to stream, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Me.
Kelly, how's that L21?
I'm out. I'm out the fight. I'm dead. Oh, I'm not completely out. Nope. I just have torque balance. Okay. Yep.
Hey, could somebody shoot me that invite when they get a chance?
It was against a bug.
Yeah, I had the Mantis red, damn it.
Dang it.
Galley, did you plan this?
No, I did not. I did not.
So a question, where do you purchase shredders at?
I don't know. I'm not really good with the ship components stuff, like the locations of them.
I got good shots on a bug, but they were just able to... I had two on me.
I think I got my shredders from New Babbage.
Oh, perfect. I'm at New Babbage.
I think. No promises, but maybe.
That's crazy, Gally.
That's funny. What are the odds?
Reminder, I am streaming.
Yeah, so they can hear me then, huh?
Yeah. Exactly. What's up, Spooner?
I'll be nice, cause
Shredders at Cousin Crow's at Orson. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, you can get Shredders at Cousin Crow's on Orson.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll move into... What do we want to touch on next?
And the show goes on.
Yep, show goes on.
Silly gooses.
Rachel,
Silly
welcome
goose.
in, welcome in. GG's to those guys. They did a good job there. So, actually, we'll do a little recap.
GG's
What
to
did
them.
you guys...
They got the noobs.
Yep. What did...
There it is, folks.
What do we learn, class? What do we learn?
What do you guys think they did well in that fight? Because I saw them grouping up there for a while, and I had a feeling they were coming. I saw one of their, I think it was a Mantis or something, pick us up. And so I didn't say anything because I had a feeling it was going to happen. But what do you guys think they did well there? Because there's a few things they did quite well, and I want to see if you guys can pick them all out.
I say team fighting and circling pretty well.
Yep.
They were able to get really... Yep, go ahead.
I was just saying the Mantis was doing good at that push through that Kelly was talking about.
Yep.
I noticed that.
Yeah, that shit caught me and Socrates lacking, because once he went through, there's 2 more that just hopped on me.
Yeah,
I tried to circle with a Buccaneer, and I was able to get some shots off, but there was another guy that was also circling me.
Yep.
It was good coordination on their part.
Yeah, exactly. So some things I noticed is, for example, we picked them up on radar all at the same time. That's because they're jumping in and moving together as a team. Something that we've struggled with a lot in the past is what's called the trickle-in method. And the trickle is the most horrible method for fighting as a team that you can possibly have. Because unless you are really, really beating them, when you trickle in, meaning that you jump in like 1 or 2 at a time, as opposed to jumping in as a big group, they now have a massive advantage on you because they can pick you out and almost fully eliminate you in most cases before the rest of your trickle has arrived. So as a whole, you generally want to move as a team as much as you possibly can in fights like those, which they do very, very well at. They and a lot of the other big PvP groups are very good at grouping up at a location, and then they all jump in together. And then when they push a fight, they also push in together. So some ships are faster than others, and you don't necessarily want the faster ships to be the ones engaging first. Sometimes you have to match each other's speeds, move as a group, and then from there, you're in a giant bubble, you might call it, of your team, and you're fighting the enemy team as a giant bubble, and that stays as a bubble. As soon as you start having guys that drift off of your team, they're going to start getting picked apart because they're going to identify that you have stragglers. And it's the same reason why the trickle doesn't work, is because you become a straggler, essentially. You're not with the rest of your team and the bulk of your fighting force. And
so
they did a great job
here,
there.
Then, if people are trickling, do we need to just be super aggressive?
Yes. So if a team is trickling you, you need to take the advantage of their trickle and pinpoint who is trickling in and just start farming them for kills. It's the easiest way to farm kills and ships. Don't wait for them to group up. Like, if we wanted, I could have called out their scout, the one guy that I had on radar, and we could have just gone and pushed him because he was the first guy there, it looks like. Now,
It was that Mantis,
in this
wasn't it?
particular case, it wouldn't have really helped much because they had us in numbers by a lot, and they eventually would have jumped in. It wouldn't really have mattered. But in an instance where we see a guy first, in most cases, you don't want to wait for his team to show up. Like, why would you want it to be more of an even fight or a disadvantaged fight for you? So you want to try to push them, but you do not want to push them by yourself. If you're going to do that, you want to make a call out and go, hey, we got a target coming from this direction. It's this ship, if you know what the ship is.
Yeah.
And then kind of as a group, make the decision to go after them together. You always want to communicate. It's very hard to over-communicate, and it's very easy to under-communicate. So calling out information is super key. Making decisions as a group is super key. And yeah, just staying as a team is just incredibly valuable in cases like that.
Wait, they're back at Seraphim. Hey guys.
Hey, Joe.
I'm gonna restart my game real quick.
So I'm gonna hop off here. I tried to say so I didn't think it was gonna last long, but so
No worries.
I'll catch you when I catch you.
Oh, they're fighting at Seraphim.
Yeah, so Knack just said it in our stream chat. He said, I know I struggle with target fixation and wanting to chase when they try to fly away or regroup. So
Yeah, that's my big issue.
Yeah.
let me talk about baiting.
At Orson Skyway Shuttle
Against teams that know what they're doing, especially teams that think they have a disadvantage and they want to even out the odds, they'll do what they call baiting. That is trying to get you baited in to chase them, to bring you either out of your bubble into a scenario where maybe they can 1v1 you or something, or they're actively bringing you towards their team. So as much as you can, you want to try to avoid the chase. Chasing is incredibly challenging. Oftentimes it's even hard to confirm a kill while chasing unless you have a really, really strong advantage, meaning your ship is faster, they're already really damaged, and maybe you've disabled their quantum drive. So it could be, generally speaking, you never ever want to chase. Chasing will get you killed way more often than a lot of other mistakes in combat.
Seraphim is in fact a war zone currently.
Hello.
What's up, Oblivion?
Hello, hello.
Spam calls. We love them. Oh, yes.
Noticed an uptick in spam calls recently. Tis the season.
My buddy should be joining the org today. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna have a battle buddy.
Nice.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yo, I
Your
just.
vehicle has
Oh,
been
so
moved to
my
our storage.
50, my
Your
5080
vehicle
was
has
crystal
been
leaking yesterday.
delivered.
So I had to send that. I had to get that arm made.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you guys feel when it comes to boarding ships? I want to touch on boarding a little bit. We don't really have a great way to simulate a boarding unless anyone in chat is able to pull something that we can simulate a boarding on. But I want to hear from you guys what you guys think are some of the... So we'll set the stage. We've just disabled an Idris. They've got 3 or 4 guys on board that we think, because we've seen how many turret gunners they have, for example, plus we know they have a pilot. They've got 3 guys on board an Idris that we just disabled. What do we do next?
Board it, kill everyone, self-destruct.
Beautiful. Those are the 3 major points. What is the first step in a scenario where we've disabled their Idris, it is now stuck in space, and they're on board? Say we've got a team of maybe 6 or 7 guys. What are those 6 or 7 guys doing? Like, what is their very first step when it comes to boarding their ship?
Well, we got Reacher first.
Yep. So when it comes to breaching a ship, generally my recommendation is get as many doors open as possible. So hopefully in the fight we've already opened doors because we've done damage to the ship in various ways. But if we haven't, the first thing we should be doing is, before we even leave our ships, is use the ship weapons to get open as many doors as we possibly can. That way the guys on the Idris can't anticipate which direction we're coming from nearly as easily, or it gives us the option to board from multiple different entry points.
Right.
So we've now boarded the Idris, we've breached the doors, we're now inside. What are some of the key things that we're looking for? Algos, you're not allowed to talk here.
I was gonna say I've got some insider info.
Possibly stay together.
Yep. So, staying together, what are some of the key critical things we want to look for, like physically in the Idris? Not necessarily in our team, but we've just boarded an Idris. What are like the key components or the key things we're looking for that we want to disable and take out first? Yep. Medbay is number 1, or maybe not number 1, but it's definitely up there.
Engineering?
Yep, engineering is up there as well, maybe number 2. And what's the most important one?
Probably the bridge.
Bingo. Those are the big 3. So when we board a ship, the first 3 things you need to be thinking about is, how do we secure medbay, how do we secure engineering, and how do we secure the bridge? In a lot of cases, especially in instances...
Ooh, I didn't mean to join you, fat kids.
especially in instances that we have a numbers advantage. Usually we're going to split up and we'll do like medbay and bridge together. Or medbay and engineering and bridge together. In almost every instance, the bridge is going to be one of your first targets. It is incredibly strong to control the bridge. Like, if you control the bridge, but you don't control the medbay, your chances are significantly better at holding that. That being said, the medbays, the way they currently work, is you have med gel. So if we go and we set, and the enemy has set their spawns on that Idris, if we figure out what beds they're coming from, all we have to do is look at the med gel on that bed, and once that med gel is empty and we've killed them that last time, we're good. We don't need to hold the med bay anymore. And so in essence, we've essentially secured the med bay. Now, technically, they can restock the med gel, but we see that very, very rarely, because by the time they're restocking med gel, we already have control of the ship in most cases. So when it comes to self-destruct, what are maybe some potential concerns when it comes to self-destruct? What are some problems that could come up, and what are some things you want to do when it comes to self-destructing an Idris, for example?
Hold the bridge.
Not knowing that it's self-destructing.
You're saying not knowing if they've set it to self-destruct?
I was just saying, like, if you had the team that you're starting the sequence.
Yep. So making sure that everyone on the ship knows that you've started the self-destruct, that is super, super important. What else?
Hold the bridge. Don't let anyone off.
Exactly. Yep. If we are setting the self-destruct, in most cases, we're going to want to hold the bridge unless we know that we have that Idris so secured that they're not going to be able to get to the bridge in 2 minutes. Knack is in my chat, and he said they disable the fuses on the bridge. Does anybody know what happens if the fuses on the bridge are disabled?
My guess, you can't repair, but does that kill power? Stuff like that?
Algos, I'll let you explain this.
Okay, I was wrong. Sick.
Nope, you're mostly right. You're mostly right.
Yeah, so the fuses, from my understanding, is how the pilot seats or engineering terminals communicate with the rest of the ship. So if the fuses connected to the pilot seat are blown, you cannot set the self-destruct.
Yep, basically. So if fuses get disabled, so there's, I think, 2 fuses in the bridge of an Idris, and they are both pretty visible. Like when you first get into the bridge, you have the 2 main doors on either side, and you basically go through the doors, and they're basically right there. It's quite hard to miss them. If those are red, that means they have been disabled or removed. If they are yellow, that means they are damaged, and green means they are in perfect condition, or like above 80% health, I think. And you can physically see that because there's a light indicator on the actual spot where the fuse is. If the fuse is red, I don't know if it needs to be both or just one. Then you lose power to the bridge effectively, and the self-destruct will not work. So a strategy sometimes we'll see is they won't go to necessarily set the ship self-destruct off. They'll just turn off the power to the ship. So sometimes, like when we disable a ship, oftentimes we are disabling the power plant. That's how we disable it. But when we want to self-destruct it, usually we are repairing the power plant so that we can self-destruct it. But if we haven't fully secured both the engineering room where they can shut off power, and we haven't repaired the fuses and secured the fuse rooms, then we still can't set the ship to self-destruct. So we need to verify and hold those particular points to verify that the ship can successfully self-destruct. In a lot of cases, if it's a contest and they are hotly contesting that ship still, it's usually going to become a suicide mission because it's unlikely that you're going to be able to get out of there. But we're playing Star Citizen where loss doesn't really matter, so as of right now, take the suicide because we got the ship destroyed. The only time maybe you shouldn't do that is if you have like really rare stuff in your backpack that you really don't want to lose. But even then, in most cases, you will be fine because we can go get it back. The other thing that you want to think about is hangar control. So hangar control is an interesting one because if the doors are forcefully open, it can be really difficult to have hangar control because a ship can just fly into the hangar and shoot you with the ship guns or whatever. But if the ship's hangars can be opened and closed, first thing that we want to be doing is closing those doors so that other ships can't be boarding at the same time as we are. We want to restrict the number of boarding parties to us. And so we want to control that area as well. Okay, any questions on any of the boarding stuff? That's kind of hard to demonstrate right now on shorter notice, so we can't really practice that one. But we'll have lots and lots of opportunities to board ships in the future. A lot of this is just think about those key factors of how do you breach, where are you going after you breach, and what are you controlling and holding once you set self-destruct. If you think about those three questions while you're boarding an Idris, chances are you're going to be okay. Any questions on any of that?
If they pull the power plant, could that also disable the ship as well, like the power plant component?
In an Idris, no, because you can't remove it. In other ships, yes, that does work. If you remove the power plant physically, it will shut off power, and you're in deep trouble. If you're trying to set the ship to self-destruct. Now, something to note is that I believe in every size 3 component ship and up, you can't remove the power plant physically. That's only something that size 1 and size 2 ships can do. So it's mostly contained to the small to medium size ships. But yes, that is a good point. That is another way of stopping the self-destruct. Any other questions on any of that?
My head's not off for a minute because my roommate was talking to me. You don't have to go into full detail with it, but the main points to hold whenever a ship is in self-destruct.
You're asking what are the main points?
Yeah.
Got you.
Like, where are the main areas to hold?
So, generally speaking, holding the bridge is most important.
Okay.
As far as getting the self-destruct off the ship, the second most important spot is easily engineering. Anything beyond those 2 rooms is far less important. If you have overwhelming numbers and you have a lot of guys, then you can start posting guys on like entry points and whatnot to just deny entry to the ship entirely. But if you only have a small team of like 5 guys and you're boarding a ship, in a scenario like that, I'm sending 3 to the bridge, 2 to engineering, or maybe even 4 to the bridge, 1 engineering. A lot of teams, when you fight them, tend to not go for engineering for whatever reason. Usually you only see that against either well-educated teams or teams that have really large numbers. But to Ducky's point in chat right now, something to be worried about is the engineering room on the Idris when it gets set on fire, it gets set on fire. And it can become
It gets hot.
scorching hot. I have literally died in engineering to a fire while trying to put out the fire because it was so hot. And I like died immediately. So be on the lookout for that. But does that make sense? Bridge, in that order, in terms of securing the self-destruct, in that order I would go bridge, engineering, entry points. Okay, we're going to briefly go through some FPS stuff. I don't want to touch on FPS stuff too much. So if you guys have ships and are able to get to me, we're going to go to some random spot on a moon and just show some very, very basic FPS stuff. Again, I don't want to touch on it too much because I think you guys are all FPS fans. But I'll just show some kind of maybe more specific Star Citizen things to think about during FPS fights. And then we'll wrap it up there.
Biggest issue with FPS fights is desync.
Yes. Yep. Desync is horrible.
I will be right back. Just continue what you're doing, though.
Yeah, I've only got a flight suit on.
Where you're at, Galley.
Grab it quick.
We're gonna go to I think Yella, or actually no, we'll go Selen. The moon, Selen on Crusader.
Hey, does anyone have this thing where you don't have a undersuit, so you can't remove it?
Yes, and I think it's a fairly complex fix, unfortunately.
Oh, that's comforting. I can't put the flight suit on.
So yeah, grab an FPS kit. Doesn't need to be any
I'm already at Selen without a kit. I just have a flight suit, but I can comprehend most of what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I'm mostly going to be showing just some basic desync stuff and some really annoying stuff that we got to deal with when it comes to FPS. Some more, maybe slightly like medium to advanced movement things you can do as well. Nothing crazy.
I'm at Selen right now, but I can't see your pick for some reason.
Do you see other guys' pips?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I am getting into my ship now, and then I will head to Selen.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit
goal will be to wrap this up in about 20 minutes or so, maybe less.
I will take that free med gun on the ground. Thank you very much.
Ducky, probably not for now, mostly just due to a time thing. I don't have a ton of time to get into some scrap. The timing on that, though, was fantastic, honestly. I wish I planned that. That was extremely convenient.
Yeah, they were sitting outside of Seraphim. I pulled up and then all of them swarmed us. Fuck.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
I was like, man, okay, there's a lot of red contact. Oh, that's why they're red. Okay, they killed us.
Like,
Yep.
I'm just gonna sit in
They
here for a
were,
little bit.
they were, looking for another org. Sounds like.
Well, they found one.
And
just
they
not a
found
full
us.
one. They found us.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle.
That is a
retrieval
risk
system.
to doing what we do, which was jump to an actual like name location. The I don't want to get touched at all method would just be pick some random spot in deep space, but I'm too lazy for that.
I was frying that mantis and then like two more came up behind me. I was like, oh, okay, so it's okay. Keep
Yep.
fight. We just covered this in school, guys. Like, we just got to this lesson.
Dude, I saw both of us on the Mantis. I was like, oh, bet
Yeah.
we're good. I just see missiles, bullets, everything flying at me. I'm like, oh no, I'm in a meteor.
So you're the
Oh no,
reason
they
you
had
got
this
missiles.
lesson too.
You're like, yeah, man, we're doing so good. We're gonna kill this mantis. Oh, there's
Yeah.
more. There's more. Oh, okay.
I saw the other two fly off in front of me. I was like, oh, we're good. We're golden.
They're chasing someone else. It's okay. Give this damn
Yup.
mantis. Did not work. Dude, I can't wait for base building. Whenever they add it, oh my god, I'm so excited.
Systems activated.
That base is gonna be huge.
Systems on.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be the greatest base they've ever seen.
It's gonna have at least 4 walls.
So many walls, the biggest walls. They're gonna be like, wow, that's a big wall.
Hey, I was a shadow bug that shows up here again.
We're just chilling.
And then I'm gonna blame guys like against that damn stream of yours. That's what it is. We're totally at yellow. We're nowhere else. Don't worry about it. Don't look. We're at yellow.
I'm getting shot at.
Oh, damn it. I just want to learn again, guys. It's my favorite lesson in school. It's about killing people and stupid bitches. Damn it.
Systems on.
Where'd you jump to?
I'm cutting out jump midway.
I'm trying to go you. I'm in an 80 this time, so hopefully I don't get turned into Swiss cheese.
I'm in one of the worst PvP ships I've ever fought in, which is a stupid alien ship.
Hey. Hey, they're cool.
Where you headed on selling?
You mean yellow?
I'm not going to say the name, I'm just going to hope that you guys.
Yeah, we're on yellow. We're on yellow. We are on yellow.
On yellow. I'm
I mean,
actually still in
if they're
Seraphim.
if they're watching the stream and they just conveniently end up in this location, we know everything we need to know.
I'm in Pyro.
I'm still not in the group, so I can't see you guys.
Oh, let me get you a party invite.
Actually, rather counterintuitive than this year, right?
Invite sent.
There it is. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Capsule 81 just popped up.
He's in my stream right now.
What a coincidence.
07 capsule. There he is. 07 capsule.
Yo, what's your favorite last year's school there, Capsule? Mine's being hunted down by shadow Moses. That's my favorite.
'07 to him. 07 degree for net.
Oh, there's Capsule. That was very close. Oh, he's shooting at me, you son of a bitch.
Oh no.
You know what? Fuck you, Capsule. We're gonna fight you to death, you fucking loser. Keep on boys. I'm also gonna do the same.
So he's in an arrow. So remember, he is very, very, very maneuverable. So if he starts getting into a turn fight with you, that means you need to push through and get distance on him. And he's probably going to be chaffing a lot because he doesn't want, because he knows he's got a numbers disadvantage. And he's going to try to break your radar locks because of it.
Contact.
So try to, your goal, this is a great chance to try those circling tactics. Your goal is to stay as close to him as you possibly can. Keep your nose on him as much as you can. Yep, you guys are getting his shields down. His shields are down. Or he's in nav mode, I can't quite tell.
Yeah, he's nav, I think.
Alright, so group up on me, and we're gonna team fight this guy together.
Contact.
He's back in he's on me right now. Oh, yeah, he got me. Hey, Mercy. Stream, say hi to the cat.
Yeah, he's a lot quicker than I thought.
Yeah, he's in the most maneuverable fighter in the game. So his goal is to stay moving as much as he possibly can.
And he's doing it.
I'm just in a death roll. I can't fight back nothing.
I just got insta soft killed.
Yeah, so he's using that shredder loadout that I mentioned. So the arrow with shredders is like one of the best loadouts in the game right now. You're extremely maneuverable, and the DPS from the shredders and the penetration is pretty solid. Very, very good.
I just spawned butt ass naked.
Pics.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't even remember the name of that ship, but that ship is horrible.
Your pop
Just lost
Gally.
my org
I
armor and
know.
everything.
Yeah. Who knew PvP 101 drew in such a crowd?
Everyone's like, dude, the noobs, let's go.
Let's eat them up.
Like, now this is something I can get behind, right? Like, come on, boys.
I realized he was stream sniping when
Uh-huh.
I flew from. Well, first off, he engaged me right at Seraphim, but that's not super uncommon. But then I
Right,
flew to
right.
Selin. He was also at Selin. And then I started jumping to another spot. I cut power, changed directions, went to a different spot in a totally different direction. Lo and behold, there he was.
That's crazy.
Crazy how that
Some
works.
Wow. Well, they gotta go after the low hanging fruit. They can't, fucking jeez.
Oh, and the other thing, of course, was he was in my chat and he goes, "I need some help with PvP. Can you teach me 101?"
Yeah. I bet you do, Bubba. I bet you do.
It was funny.
Oh, that's great. All good fun.
I think that is potentially my first ever, like, no contest stream sniping incident ever.
Let them, right? I mean, let them do
Yeah,
it.
I don't care. It was fun. It's great. PvP 101. I got to show
Yeah.
what I was talking about in real time. Am I ever gonna
Right.
respawn, dude?
Ain't a better way to do it.
Gally, you're gonna hate me, but what was that thing called when you fly away?
Pushing
turn back
through.
around?
Pushing through.
I did that quite a bit, and it worked damn well. You might be onto something.
Yep. So it's all about creating distance. So what he's trying to do is close the distance as much as he can because he knows he's more maneuverable. And so the closer he gets to you, the less chances of you getting your nose on him is. So what you need to do, your entire job is I need to create distance and I need to push through and get away from him so that the distance extends itself. And then you can re-engage back into a position where you can actually get shots on. But again, if he knows how to merge well, which he does, and he merges you and keeps that distance really close, you got to push through again. And you just got to keep doing that. And over time, if you do it really, 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 really well, and he makes a couple of mistakes, you might get a lucky kill on him. But generally speaking, an M80 versus an arrow, the arrow is going to win that every single time. And honestly, in most cases, an arrow versus anything in a 1v1, the arrow should win.
No, he whooped my ass. I need to get better.
Yep, so it just comes down to learning that movement, learning to control your rolls and stuff. Like rolling can be a really powerful way. Something I didn't really touch on in the flight section is the fact that you never want to yaw. So if you guys are you guys all using mouse and key?
No, I'm on joystick.
Okay.
I've got sticks.
Okay, so for the sticks guys, I don't know exactly how you have your yaw and your roll set up, but as much as you can, you want to avoid ever using yaw, and you want to try to roll into all of your turns.
Yaw's left to right, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, so so if you're on mouse, for example, you never want to be moving your mouse left or right to move left or right. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to roll left and then pitch up. And that will effectively do the same thing, but it maximizes your thrusters and the power of your ship to give you the best angles and the best power. Yawing is some of the worst power distribution in the game and is extremely bad in fights. And in some cases, yawing in the middle of a fight can be the difference between holding the advantage and having that positional advantage and losing it.
I'm going to say this all wrong, but is that the same thing as like moving it to the 12 o'clock and then like pulling back on the stick? Kind of thing. Is that what you just mentioned?
It depends on how you have yours set up.
That's true.
Like I personally, if I fly stick, which I don't do anymore, if I was flying stick, I know I use my roll differently than a lot of other people do.
Oddly enough, you want to know something, Gally?
Yeah.
I stalked your TikTok and I saw the stick you used. I was like, I want to look at that, and that's why I bought mine.
Oh, nice. I feel bad for you though, because I hate my stick.
That ain't bad.
I am actively looking for another one.
Yeah, I got both of them. I got the Thrustmaster both, like 2 of them.
Nice, nice.
I got the
So
whole
are
ass
you
cockpit.
using two sticks then, like left and right?
No, I'm using stick and mouse. Mouse for aiming, stick for everything else.
Oh, okay. So you're using stick for the movement part, but not the aiming part.
Yeah.
Okay, so then for you, ignore everything I said about stick.
Okay. Thanks, Gally. I appreciate that.
Because you have a very unique setup. That's actually one of the strongest setups in the game, because
Oh yeah.
people generally say that using a mouse for aiming is more precise than a stick. So mouse gives you the best precision for aim, but stick gives you the best movement opportunities and the most fluid movement. I actually want to move to that setup soon. Unfortunately, my stick is it's right hand only, so I'd have to learn to shoot my left hand on mouse, which just isn't gonna happen. So I don't do that as much anymore. But it is a very strong build.
Another thing that I struggle with, I just don't know builds. I don't know what's good. I don't know. Like, I know Blitzsticks are king right now for sure.
Yep.
But I don't know. Like, I know deadbolts are good, but what Gatling? Did you say shredder? So should I run like 1 shredder, 2 deadbolt, 1 deadbolt, 2 shredder, that kind of thing?
A lot of it depends on the ship type. So if you are using, hold on, I gotta respond to a message real quick. So I would say a good rule of thumb is if you're in a light fighter, you're using like repeaters of some kind. Usually like a ballistic repeater, which is what the shredder is. It's a ballistic repeater. Light fighters are almost always going to be rocking those kinds of builds. Even medium fighters, in most cases, probably should be rocking repeaters. Now the problem with loadouts, and I even struggle with loadouts a little bit, is that they change almost every single patch. And so that's like where staying in the community and the loop is important, because you'll learn like, oh, the loadout I was using last patch is now terrible because they've changed all these stats on X, Y, and Z, and now it's just bad. It's unfortunate that that's how it works. But we kind of just got to work with it. So generally for loadouts, I would say if you have a ship in mind that you want to work on loading out, send it in the Discord or something, and people who know how to do that can very quickly tell you what to be looking for, because it changes fairly often.
Gally, I had a question on the kind of light fighters, because I'm stuck between a wolf, a gladius, and an arrow. Which one do you think I should probably be getting?
Let me I want to answer that I want to answer that question, but I want to do it properly. Let me my wife's asked me a question. Let me answer her question first, and then I will get back to you.
Gotcha.
Whitman.
Yeah, I gotta get this undersuit thing figured out. I'm blacking out like crazy.
Oh, it is hot in this room. Oh.
All right, sorry about that. So what was the question again, if you don't mind asking?
Basically, I'm stuck between the Gladius, Wolf, and the Arrow.
Gladius, Wolf, Arrow. I would go Arrow.
Arrow?
Yeah. I highly recommend the Arrow to everybody. I think. Are you trying to pledge it or buy it with in-game money?
I have a lot of store credit, so I was just gonna pledge it.
Okay, if you're gonna pledge, definitely do Arrow. If you're gonna do it with in-game money, I still recommend Arrow. I think Arrow is like the best learning ship. I kind of mentioned it in the beginning about flight. Like if you can learn to fly the Arrow decoupled, you can learn to fly anything.
Okay.
It for whatever reason, it just has been the best for years and looks like it's going to continue being the best. So grab the Arrow, kit it out with those shredder repeaters. Components matter, but they don't matter a ton. Like it is still, I prefer to get better components, but it's not the loadout on your ship. The guns you use matter a lot more than the components you use.
Okay.
Hey, Gally.
Hey, how are you?
Will you tell Capsule to come back? I want to fight him again.
If he's in chat, you heard that.
Come back. Come on. I'm in a Gladius. I want to see what I can do.
My character is big bugged out.
So when are we gonna play Sand?
Good question. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, this will probably conclude the in-game portion of the training because my character is big bugged out, and I'll probably need to go do a character repair, which will take a while.
Yippee!
I think they're also disabled.
So as far as the FPS stuff, what I was going to cover, is how do I want to word this? Shoot more than you have to is probably a good way to sum it up. The game is really desyncy, as some of you guys have already pointed out, and in FPS it shows more than anything. So oftentimes what I do is, especially if you're wearing a combat helmet, you'll know how you have the hit markers, and usually if you kill somebody, the hit marker, you get a red hit marker. But because of the way desync works, it doesn't always translate to them actually being dead, or it's usually like a delay in them being dead. So my recommendation is you keep shooting them until you see their body drop. That can be a weird game changer in terms of keeping yourself alive. Like the number of times where I've seen the red X and I've stopped shooting and then I somehow die because they're still shooting, and I put down my guard thinking that I was safe for a second. It happens more than I care to admit. So just keep shooting until you see that body drop. Don't rely on the hit markers. Some other things to think about is you can actually like use the desync to your advantage. So in a lot of cases, the term, like, if you guys all heard the term peeker's advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me rephrase. Has anyone not heard the term peeker's advantage?
Yeah, that's a new one on me.
Okay. So peeker's advantage is basically this concept in multiplayer games where, because of the way that servers transmit information to each other, generally speaking, the guy who is pushing first will see you before you see him because of the way information is passed. So if you're like camping a corner, for example, and you're just holding a really hard angle, if that guy pushes that angle and he goes really hard and really fast and he looks at you, he is going to have a couple milliseconds faster response in seeing you before you're going to see him because of Peeker's advantage. And in Star Citizen, because of desync, that problem is only compounded. So it's actually much more of an advantage to always be the aggressor as opposed to the guy who's camping. So
don't hesitate.
Yes, don't hesitate, and also camping in some cases is not nearly as strong as it is in some other games, because if he comes blitzing around the corner and he's like bunny hopping, which is like spamming jump really fast, he can basically like force the game to desync him out like crazy, and he's gonna see you because you're not moving at all. You're camping there in your nice cozy warm spot. The game doesn't need to keep updating your location. You've been there the whole time. So his computer knew where you were, and so you were rendered on his screen immediately. But he might not have been on yours until it was too late.
Yeah, okay.
So the Peeker's advantage is really strong. So generally being the aggressor is much stronger. So in instances where you find yourself camping, I would look to see what you can do to get out of those positions. What can you do to flip the coin and put them on the defensive? How can you be aggressive? How can you kind of shake up maybe what they're expecting? And you'll find that you have more success in FPS fights. Very, very rarely do I find myself in a position where I've decided that it is tactically smarter to sit and hold an angle than to push them hard and like push them out of whatever spot they're in. It just usually doesn't work out that way.
Gotcha. Thank you for the explanation.
Yeah. So Peeker's advantage, very, very strong. Some other things, there's like some movement things like bunny hopping in Star Citizen. Has anyone not heard that term before?
B-hop.
Yep, the good old B-hop.
Timing your jumps.
Yep. So bunny hopping, for those who don't know, is essentially you try to time your jumps so that you are hitting the jump key at the same second as your feet are landing on the ground from your previous jump. And what it essentially does is it creates this like literally looks like a bunny that just never stops moving and it's just constantly in the jump cycle. So you just the second you hit the ground, you're already starting your next jump. And if you can learn to time that really well, you can actually put yourself in advantages where you're just in a really unpredictable movement pattern, and it can be hard to track in instances like that. It can give you another advantage in the FPS scene. It doesn't work great in Star Citizen, and there are other games that do it a lot better. But in some cases, it does work very, very well. I noticed it works pretty well for me in CZs a lot, contested zones. But other than that, I don't have a ton else that I wanted to kind of go through. Just like a nice intro to PvP and stuff. Does anybody have any questions on anything that we have gone over? It could be big, small, niche, circumstantial, anything. Doesn't matter.
This contributes to our activity, so we won't get purged, right?
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Like I can guarantee none of you guys are getting purged. For those who are new here, every 2 weeks we do what we call a purge, which is just essentially us going through, and anyone who's formally applied to be part of the org through Discord, they sent in that trooper application. If you have the cadet or the trooper role, we're going through every single person. Right now we have about 80, or actually like 70, and then the rest are leadership guys. And we kind of go through and we analyze, are these guys being active? Are they engaging in the content? Are they trying to get better? Et cetera, et cetera. And it's also how we look at promotions too. So to go from cadet to trooper is usually based on activity. It's not anything else usually. And so we look at things like, did you come to something like this? This is a great example of showing that you're kind of engaged, wanting to get better, wanting to get engaged, and then of course like joining fights and stuff like that are super, super helpful for those things. And so I can guarantee that because all of you guys showed up, that the purge we have coming on Thursday, none of y'all will be a part of it.
Let's go.
So you guys are purge safe.
Awesome.
Yippee!
That was
Right,
the
so-
question I was going to ask you.
Bryce said, "Welcome in. All right, who's ready to get some mining training in?"
No, I was actually sitting here laughing at you all fight. What's his name?
Oh, all y'all fought Galley? Dang it!
No.
Oh. Did y'all get murdered by Galley?
No, we fought
No.
Capsule.
No, I've
Capsule
been watching
won.
the stream the whole time.
Ah,
He still didn't come back. I'm kind of pissed about that. I was really hoping he was going to come back.
He probably would have if my
Nice.
game didn't bug out.
Very sad.
Any other questions I can answer? Could be big, small, silly, not silly, doesn't matter. I'll answer any of them.
That blue shirt you wore in that TikTok, is that your favorite shirt?
No. It is
I
not.
was going
Your
to ask you
toothbrush.
that day that I can't remember what we were doing. I think we were doing OLPs. I was going to ask you if you're still wearing that blue shirt, but it was too busy. It really was. I was going to be like, Gal, you still wearing that pretty blue shirt? But you were too busy.
That's funny.
is there anything in settings that could kind of combat desync?
No,
Oh,
but let me boot
I was
up
going
the
to say
game
the
again.
audio.
I need to go through settings with all of you. There are some settings you can do that will make PvP fights in your ship significantly better. So let me boot the
Perfect, you're
game
welcome,
back
guys.
up, and I will run through that. I meant to do that at the very beginning and totally spaced it. So thank you very much for
If
that
you want,
reminder.
I can. You want to stream and you can just go through mine.
Sure, that works too. Actually, no, because I don't have a good way to put your stream onto my stream.
Fine, whatever. Okay, I don't want to help anyway.
You shouldn't want to.
Your settings are icky.
They're icky. They're grody. They make me squirm.
Okay, I'll restream in Discord in case you guys don't want to watch on Twitch. Totally fine. So, let me know when you guys are all watching some form of the stream, and I will move forward.
I'm in.
Gotcha.
All right. So first off,
Good here.
the first stream we want to setting we want to look at is law-report crime automatically if notification is ignored. In almost every instance, the PvP community has decided that pressing charges is somewhat frowned upon. Because if you're engaging another group also looking for PvP, giving them a bunch of crime stats and making bounty hunters go after them and then sending them to jail can disrupt fights and it can be really annoying. So I almost always have this set to no because I don't want to press charges unless I specifically tell it to. The game recently had a change where it defaults to yes, which means that if the game will prompt a message saying, do you want to press charges? And if you just say nothing, you don't respond, it will automatically report the crime, which made a lot of people unhappy. So you can turn that off by clicking no. Some other things you want to turn off immediately. At the very top of game settings, you have cinematic camera, vibration, and camera spring movement. Those should all be set to no. And then moving on from there, does anyone need me to pause before moving on? Good, good. Another thing you want to look for is in the default dash flights area. You have space brake enables boost. I have that set to yes. I really like it. I think it's very helpful. What that means is when you click X, X is like your space brake. You can slow down even faster because it will use your boost in like the opposite direction to slow you down faster. So that can come very handy. Not super helpful in PvP. That's just a more general tip. What else we got? We're gonna scroll down quite a bit. Okay, so we're going for defaults dash weapons. Find that category. And once you're there, we're looking for precision lines on. And we want to turn that setting to yes. So what precision lines does is when you are within range of a target in a ship, and they're also in a ship, what precision lines will do is your pip is a circle, and the precision lines will be 2 lines that are next to the circle, and it will tell you the orientation of their ship. So you can see kind of which way they're rotating based on the way the precision lines are moving. So if there's a precision line on the left and a precision line on the right, that means that they are either inverted and staring right at you, like 180 degrees opposite, or they're the exact same orientation that you are. And that can just kind of help give you some more combat information into which way they're rolling, which can also help you anticipate which way they're moving as well. So that's a super helpful one I really like. Moving on, we're going to scroll down quite a bit more until we get to the driver dash look ahead section, and we're going to be right underneath that. We're looking for 4 specific settings. First one is G-force induced head movement. We want that set to 0. Then we want G-force induced afterburner zoom. We want that set to 0. Then we have global camera shake, also set to 0. And vehicle weapon recoil scale, also set to 0. What this is going to do is it's going to lower your immersion slightly by removing a lot of the shaking and jank that you get while in the cockpit, and it will just make it a much more smooth experience. It'll make your ship not shake as much. It'll be easier for you to stay focused, stay on target, because you're not experiencing all this really annoying cinematic stuff. And the vehicle weapon recoil scale is like literally turning off recoil. Like that's basically what it does. So definitely do that because it is extremely powerful. And I think that is it. Yes. Yep, those are some of the major ones. The rest of it is kind of personal preference. Any questions on settings at all?
Nope.
All good here.
Cool.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, I think we're going to call it there then, unless you guys have any other questions. We will call it there, and thank you guys all for coming out.
Thank you. Great information.
Your
Do you guys, yeah, of course. Do you guys have any final questions before we wrap up?
Where's GriefNet at?
Where does Shadow Moses call home?
I like that attitude. That's the attitude we want to see here. Go after the hunters. Be the hunter. Turn them into the hunted. That's the attitude we like. Some closing thoughts I'll give is if you have any free time, load up Arena Commander in offline mode and go to Security Post Korea. If this is like a really good solo training thing to do. And what you want to do is you want to pick a point on the station and just practice your rotations. Learn how to keep your nose on it. Try out different ships so you can feel the differences in ships. And just practice that rotation with keeping your nose on. And then mix it in with some rolling as well. And learn how to stop yawing, which just means going left and right. And learn how to roll into all of your turns. Practice those 2 things, and you'll automatically become a better pilot than 99% of the community, maybe even more. But I personally hate Arena Commander. I think it's a buggy, terrible mess. So I prefer to practice in the PU, where I can go practice by killing people for real. And if I lose, I lose. I learn something new. So cool. Yeah, if you guys have no other questions, we will close it there. GG's to you all, and thanks for being great attendees. and hopefully we see you guys in the verse joining us for some fights. I will say these trainings are helpful, but the most impactful training you can possibly do is join us for fights, learn how we make callouts, learn how to do team fighting, learn how to stay together as a group, and over time it will click. You are influenced by the people you surround yourself with. So get surrounded by people who are constantly doing PvP, and you yourself will become a PvP god. And
Before you go, I do have a question.
Yes.
Whenever you're done, where is the most PvP ship wise? Is it Hathor?
For the most part, yeah. I would say rule of thumb right now is like for us, for example, like 9 times out of 10, if we are quote like looking for PvP, chances are we are going between both different Hathor sites, specifically on Daymar. Aberdeen is a lot more dead for PvP usually, and for whatever reason, Crusader as a system is very very hot, which is why most of our homes are set to Crusader. A lot of us stage out of Seraphim, so uh, like 9 times out of 10, if we're partying up in the main menu, we click log in, and I get out of my hab, and I look to my left and my right, and majority of our team is already at Seraphim because we know that chances are the fights we're going to get into are going to be very, very close to Seraphim. Because it's usually one of three things. It's either Hathor, it's Grimhex, or it's Security Post Korea. And each of those occur on a different moon around Crusader. Hathor is Daymar, Grimhex is on Yella, and Security Post Korea, which is, for those who don't know, is where you clear your crime stat. That is on Selen. That is bugged this patch, so that won't be active this patch, but it has been very active in the past. That is probably the highest concentration of PvP in the game right now, which is funny considering that Stanton is supposed to be the safer system. Pyro is low-key safer than Stanton.
Execute Order 66.
You don't get a crime stat in Pyro, right?
Correct.
Like
Yep.
what?
So, on that note, actually, a lot of times that we do what we call scrims, which is like an organized fight between our org and another org, we'll actually go to Pyro for that so that we don't have to worry about crime stats.
What's the next event?
Next event is... Yeah, I think this weekend we have nothing on the books until Monday. Next Monday we have a team fight training with a very good fighter pilot from one of our ally orgs, Synchronous. He's gonna run through a training with us.
Is he with Jokers or?
He is Synchronous is the org.
Oh, okay.
Once you hit the trooper role, you get access to our alliance Discord called the Apex Coalition, where you'll see 2 other orgs also take part, BSMC and Synchronous. So he is from that group.
Okay.
And then so that's like a training one, but if you want like the fun action-packed kinds of events that we typically do, our next one is...
You guys are all Eastern time, right?
A lot of the events, because I schedule events mostly, I probably schedule 95% of our events. I'm Eastern time, so I set a lot of them for Eastern time. But I do try to pick times that are EU friendly, and we are working on making them more West Coast friendly. So we're trying to get some more variety in there on that front.
Roger that.
Yep. I would say most active times for us is right around the time that we've been in right now. So this like 5 to 8 p.m. time period Eastern time, which is the duration of this training for the most part, is a very active time for us. We also have a pretty solid night crew. So right around like 10 p.m. we usually have another crew that gets on and active. And then we have like the EU crowd who kind of gets on around like lunchtime for us here in the US. Yeah, so we got pretty solid showing from the West Coast, East Coast, and then the West Coast of Europe as well. Any other questions?
Long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire. Amen.
Remember, Capsule, if you're listening, I want that fucking review. I want that rematch. I really want that rematch.
Capsule, if you're in chat, hit him with that 1v1. All right,
Please,
gents.
man.
GG's stream, I'm going to call it there as well. Thank you all for popping in and participating. Hopefully it was helpful for you guys. Picked up some tips and tricks, whatnot. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in like the org barracks or whatever. We have a very, very, very friendly org that loves to help out because we're all PvP obsessed people. The bloodlust is crazy. And the more people who we get obsessed with PvP, the more action we get to get into. So very, very helpful crew out here. And hopefully you guys are having a good time this far. And I'd like to have you guys with us more often in the future.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna take my leave here. I gotta go have some dinner with the wife. But GG's, gents, and I will catch you guys later.
GG's.
All right,
See you
good night.
later.
See ya.
GG.
All right, chat. We're gonna call it there. GG's. Yeah. Not much else to say. GG's from the boys. Hey, that's actually the second time now that we fought Shadow Moses and Griefernet in the same play session. Oh, Nack's about to share something important. Does being in Twitch chat count as participation? Yeah, I totally get that. You're working. I'm not worried about you, Knack. You have plenty of participation, though. You're great. We'll put in the chat if you're watching. You are watching. You want to get involved. Join the Discord, which I'll post right below. Discord.gg/order66sc. We'd love to have you guys with us. And we're constantly looking to grow. We got some cool things in the works. A lot of fights coming up ahead. GG's. Stream again on Thursday. We'll be playing Sand, Raiders of Sophie. Oh, actually, no, we won't because they just delayed the game. That's right. I got to make that announcement. Changing the stream schedule. We're streaming Thursday, but we'll be streaming Star Citizen. And we'll also be streaming on Saturday. Normal scheduled time. Which will also be Star Citizen because Sand got canceled. Saturday's more up in the air because I don't know. I think I heard that Sand is having another playtest over the weekend, which I think is on Saturday. So if that is out, then I'll probably be on that instead for stream. But Thursday stream will definitely be Star Citizen and will almost definitely be PvP hunting. So if you wanted to get into PvP and you want to join us Thursday.